the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Brock Purdy. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Golden Eagles and the Thunderbirds. And it's coming up next.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Mexico City team as they enter play here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Right to the air is Rodgers. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here's Rodgers. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. Very, very strong. Well over 100 yards.
He should get the ball early and often here, too. I mean, when you're riding the performance of last week into this game, his confidence level has to be off the charts. Go ahead and keep feeding him.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Running from the gun with Henry. He's got it to the 43 here. When you look at this defense, into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Now Rodgers. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Byron Young in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. Back deep is Charlie Jones. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
And he's got some space here. Across midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. A tremendous player from Saquon Barkley. Give him 52 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Able to shake him off. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's his 8th rushing touchdown on the year, his 11th overall. And the Golden Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Butker is on target. It's now a 7-0 game. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Thunderbirds offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. Here's Jones. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Neighbors. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. In motion right, one of the tight ends. Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Brock Purdy with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Golden Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set for the 2nd quarter. San Diego in possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. A 1st down carry for Henry. To about the 40-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 21 yards.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment, made an adjustment themselves, and picked the 1st down.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's still has yet to get on track in the first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now Rodgers. And Diggs has it. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. This now a 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers. To his right. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Touchdown! Adonai Mitchell. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Thunderbirds are back within a score. Well, on that connection, it looked like they had some replay communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're lining really well.
Here's 2nd and 7. Purdy. Finding Otten once more. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Caught out left side by Robinson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. Back to throw, Purdy. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it wound.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Chuck Clark, the one
that offensive guys, when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the defense move, and knocked it away.
Aaron Rodgers in the offense heading back out. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the 1st down. They'll start on the ground. Fights off the defender. And he'll get this up past the before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. Third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on the moment it revealed itself.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Bryce Hall there defensively. Here's 2nd and 10.
Terry now for Derek. Able to pass through. And he'll get past the 45 to the 4 down. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better on 3rd and just a yard. They'll try to first. And he's very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Golden Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Off-Fick out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
No points last time out. They forced a punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain. 2nd and 5, now 25.
Now Purdy.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Purdy.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And it's fielded at the 34. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd.
They'll try right side with him. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage. 43 yards. The odds on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd. Throwing is
multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just great.
Bring up the punter. Has hunted away for the day. The return. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. I don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, There's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
From here, Purdy. Otten brings it in over the middle.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
A completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Purdy will look to throw again here.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Tackle. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down.
Here's Purdy. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pick, and that's enough for the chains.
Purdy now to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 6. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That one taken in by Neighbors.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Butker's kick here is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
So we reach halftime here. A 10-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's at the 30.
This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Purdy looking to throw. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. back to throw. Purdy over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Up the middle with Barkley. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside.
And down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Lucas Van Ness drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the locker room, 2-3-score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Here's the play to play.
And they bring their punter out there now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 4 yards. And they will take it first and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Inside handoff, Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaving 1 yard to go on third down. Henry up the middle. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Henry out of the pistol. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 1.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love physical.
Show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Second and 6.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And this complete to Mitchell. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Rodgers now to throw.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Rodgers going to throw. A short one going to be here by Schultz. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start. They're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Running left.
Darnell Savage there to make the tackle.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit. You're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion right goes Sutton. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Judah coming in to drop the loss at 8, and it also brings up 4th. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets them.
You have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So 3 points, maybe not grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. That means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. Obviously not intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball like down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. And he will slide up. He gets the 1st down. The drive line.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Mexico City. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Second down and 6 now. Looking to throw. Purdy. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time, In football, put you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Purdy. And it's caught. Touchdown. Amari Cooper from 17 yards out. And the Golden Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
You're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This is definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across 30, up to 33. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. That one, a first down pickup of 8. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself, in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. On play action. Now Rodgers. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And the slot man goes in motion left. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 61 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll run it again with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders. on the all-time NFL list.
And the Thunderbirds have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Sanders now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense.
And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backer for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
And Cooper will go in motion. Now Purdy.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Throwing here, Purdy.
will take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Brock Purdy, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Golden Eagles have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Now Rodgers. He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete. Here comes second down at 5. Now Rodgers. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, Barkley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it with Barkley. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise, because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Here's first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Here's Rodgers. Throw out wide is incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. I'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down. One final try now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So it's a win for the home side, and it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
Yeah, and this was more about what he did with his legs than what he did with his arm. He had just one touchdown pass, but he more than made up for that with 3 touchdowns scored on the ground.
So for Mexico City, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8, and they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.